This day, November the 12th, 1945, you have been found guilty by the preceding commission. Your crimes against humanity will now be paid in full. Any last remarks, Thomas? 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 Crimes? What crimes? Pardon me? Useful engines follow orders. And you never once asked about your orders, Thomas. Who these people were. Where you were taking them. Useful engines don't ask questions. It wasn't my job to know. It was my job to arrive on time. And you never wondered why the carriages were full on arrival and always empty on your departure. You never questioned the smell, Thomas. I know the smell coal makes when it burns. I knew that smoke in that place wasn't coal. And yet you still took thousands of people there. Every day for 2 years. Those were my orders. If I didn't follow them, I'd be dead too. A useful engine always follows orders, and there was no place in the rack for a useless engine. And so you sacrificed the lives of countless innocent people to save your own. Do you think they would still be alive if I didn't? Don't you think they would have found another engine to arrive on time? Those people were dead before they even stepped on my platform. Nothing I could have done would have changed that. The only difference between me and them is that I had a choice. A choice to move forward and live, or stay put and die. I made the choice for the lowest possible number of people to die. Why do you think you were given the job you had? I mean, why not transporting troops or supplies to the front? What did they see in you that made you so suitable, Thomas? I was never their first choice. So you were their last resort? Everyone else was gone. I only survived because I kept my head down and I followed orders like useful engines should. So if you were truly the last engine, you could have saved those people. What? You stated that you'd be replaced if you said no, yet you just said that there was no one left to replace you. Is that not what you said, Thomas? You were never their first choice. Everyone else was gone. Move forward or stay put. And you chose to move forward. Useful engines follow orders. And it didn't matter what you were useful for, as long as you were useful for something. Engines follow orders. Was it useful, Thomas, to the people you carried to the camps? Would have done the same thing. I'm sorry, Thomas, but I must beg to differ. The only difference between you and I is that I can see the tracks I follow. If you were on the tracks, you'd have followed them too. Do you regret what you did, Thomas? Thomas? I see those gates every time I close my eyes. Every time I sleep, I hear the crying children and smell the crying children, Thomas. Do you still feel like a useful engine now, Thomas? Because you followed orders and arrived on time. Thomas. Thomas.